back to the refill. What's good? What's good? It's your boy Ron Daniel, man. We back with the second show tonight. We got a good show tonight, man. We had a good show at 6 o'clock with DJ IRG, that's all the way from Virginia. He's one of the OGs in this thing. And that was a good interview, man. Real good interview. Let me do some what's called some house cleaning right now. Real quick, man. Y'all just be patient with us. And okay, we good. Yeah, we're doing some house cleaning right now. But tonight, we on the second show. And we got, man, listen. Y'all know, if you just now tuning in, y'all know what we're doing with this platform. We're creating, we're building a platform for gospel rap artists, DJs, promoters, and influencers, and just those who enjoy the music. So we just doing our part by doing these podcasts, by bringing in artists and bringing in DJs and promoters to just share their story and talk about, how they move around in gospel rap, how they feel about it, and just et cetera, et cetera. Tonight we got an artist, man, good partner, man, all the way from Memphis, man. Let me tell you something. I've been following this dude for a long time, and one thing I want y'all to know about me is I keep my ears to the ground to everything gospel rap because I'm soaked in it. I love gospel rap. Look here, nothing against them boys in the street. They love the trap. I love gospel rap just as much as they do. That's how I love gospel. I love everything about it. The artists, the DJs, the fans, how God intersected all and move in it. But tonight we got an artist that we're gonna bring on all the way from Memphis, Tennessee. Sometimes I call Memphis my second home. I've been up in Memphis so many times, man, man. It's just 2 hours away from my house. It's like it's one of them trips. It's not even a hop, skip, and a jump. It ain't even a hop. It's like you get in the car, you start talking, you look up, and you see the bridge. You say, okay, we in Memphis. So I'm gonna bring on my partner, man, all the way from Memphis. Let me get this on here. Preacher man, can you see?
Oh yeah.
There you go.
Yes sir. Yes sir. Yes sir.
Oh, there you go, man.
Yes sir. Amen.
We was talking earlier. Can you hear me, bro?
Oh yes sir. Can you hear me?
Yes sir.
You hear me?
Yes,
Oh
yes,
yeah.
sir.
Good. That's good. Good.
Look, we was just talking about it's like we was doing the show in the pre-show.
Man, I'm trying to tell you,
I'm like,
it's still gonna come out right. It's still gonna come out right too.
Right.
We ain't gonna skip a beat.
No, man. But I was telling everybody that's looking at this, man. One of the reasons why we made this platform, especially during this COVID-19 and everything going on with COVID-19. Hold on, y'all. Hold on. Something going on. We just cannot stop. Hold on. All right, we back. Look, the battery pack. The battery pack almost went out. Can you hear me, bro?
Oh yes sir.
Okay,
Yes sir.
Good. Okay, now let me get back to what I was saying. Is that sometimes we run into these technical things. But what I was saying was, for everybody looking at this before he come on and break down how he get down, this dude here is, I tell everybody, I'm a fan of the music. I'm a fan of this dude, Preacher Man, and a lot of people don't say that stuff. I said I'm not into trying to build a platform to get pat on the back. You see what I'm saying? But I'm one of the cats that celebrate the artists, celebrate the DJs, I celebrate the promoters. I celebrate the church leaders that push gospel rap and understand why they need it in their churches. So I celebrate folks. Instead of trying to, we focus on the haters, we need to focus on the celebrators. And I'm one of the cats that got the pom pom shaking.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah,
hey, do it. Do it
yeah.
big.
Man,
Every
it's a
time they jump in
blessing.
the Chevy, that's all I'm bumping. It's gospel rap. They know, I put
Amen.
up, they say, who is that? Is that the baby, little baby? I said, no, I'm bumping Preacher Man. They said, who is that?
Oh
I
man,
said,
that's
well, I'm
what's up.
glad you asked. Or I'm bumping the home out of Houston or out of Oklahoma somewhere. I bump these boys for real. So, well, look here. Preacher Man, man. Introduce yourself, man. Let these folks know what it is, man.
All right, first, thank you for having me on the show. First, giving honor to God, man, head of my life. It's like a testimony service. I'm trying to tell you, you got to give him honor first, man.
Already.
This preacher man, hailing from Memphis, Tennessee,
Yes, sir.
been in this rap game, man. And I'm gonna say rap game
Yes, sir.
because to the people that's playing, I ain't playing. But I've been serving the Lord for at least man 15 plus years, and being started off in a group. You know, actually Priesthood Family. Priesthood Family was my first time being introduced to rapping for the Lord. So, you know, I've been in it 15 plus years, and it's been a blessing because this is ministry. So it's a blessing to being able to serve for the Lord all this time with the longevity and still holding on. So yes, this is Preacher Man, gospel rap artist, award-winning artist. God has blessed me to be in the Recording Academy chapter in Memphis.
Already.
I was inducted into that, something that God has made a placement for his music to continue to grow.
Right.
So it's just a blessing. This is Preacher Man, most definitely.
Already, man. Let me take folks back, man, before we get all the Q&A.
Okay.
I remember when I met y'all. You probably don't remember this, but when we was talking before the show, you was talking about Atlanta and the
Yeah.
Holy Hip Hop Award. That's why I met
Uh-huh.
y'all at there. Actually, I was backstage. I was going up maybe 3 or 4 acts after y'all.
Uh-huh.
And y'all, they called y'all up to the stage. So I saw everybody from Memphis.
Yeah. I remember, man, we were deep.
Dude,
Hey,
man,
woo, man, we were
I'm
deep.
talking about everybody I knew in Memphis running to the stage. And so
I'm trying to tell
I'm
you.
sitting in that. Remember downstairs they had the green room where everybody was just kind of chilling. When they called, they said, "Okay, you finna go up, sit in this
I
room
remember.
right here." Okay, so I'm sitting there in a big truck.
Yeah.
Yeah, big truck. He came in. I was
The
on
Great
my
Commission.
phone. Yes, sir. I was on my phone. And he came and just grabbed me on. He said, "Hey, man, come on. Man, you be in Memphis all the time. You Memphis too. Come on."
Well, I already know, yeah, you inducted in, man. You grafted in.
So, man, I'm on stage. I'm like, man, I don't even know these cats. I seen them, but I don't know these dudes, right? And y'all got up there and did Fisherman. I can't do the Fisherman. I said, okay.
Most definitely.
Bumping. So I said, ever since then, I've been, you know what I'm saying, all y'all in Memphis, man. Great Commission, Super Mario, C. Michael, y'all, Dale, Young Type, all them boys, TB, all them boys, man. We're going to get them on the show soon. But
that's what's up, man.
Man, take us back. Let's go to the beginning. How did you get involved with gospel rap? What was it that pushed you to say, okay, this is what I need to be doing?
Man, okay. You know, before I got saved,
right?
You know, I was in the era of Tupac and Master P. Those are the people that I was kind of stuck on in my day. So when God put the call on my life to become saved, I cut off all ties of music, meaning that I didn't want to hear rap no more because I knew how much I loved it and I knew how much I loved what they were talking about. So as soon as I got saved, I was like, I don't want to hear no music. no rapping. You know, I want to listen to some hymns. I just want the Lord to minister to my life. You know, a babe in Christ. If you ever seen the babe in Christ, they be so hungry, man. They just be just like, Lord, feed me.
Yes, sir.
So I had a brother-in-law, Donald Hampton. He was like, man, you know, I got this program. I got 2 programs that I like to mess with because I do music. I was like, you be messing with music? He was like, yeah. Right. I was like, well, that's cool. So he was like, I'm gonna give you this Fruity Loops. It was Fruity, and I'm gonna tell you the version. Yes, it was Fruity Loops 4. Just to let you know how long ago they were. It was Fruity Loops 4, right? So he gave it to me, you know, because I already have a gift of knowing what music sound like, because I played the piano for like 4 or 5 years when I was young, so I still had it in my life. Right. But I said, you know, I'll look at it and see what's going on. What is this? So I started making beats. Right. So I started making beats, and they started sounding a little okay, you know, as far as I'm concerned, you know, it was a little okay. Right. So I would make the beat, and then I would think of what I wanted the song to be. Mind you, I ain't thinking about rapping. I ain't never rapped in my life. Right. I wasn't a rapper that switched from secular to gospel, so I never rapped. Right. All right. So I was making beats, and I was telling people, hey man, this is the name of this song. It should go like this, you know. Right. And they was like, since you know this, why don't you rap? I'm like, no, I can give you the beat. I tell you the hook. I ain't trying to sell it. I don't want to make no money off of it. I was getting pretty good. Meaning that I'm not no drummer boy, Zayto. I ain't none of them type of people. But right. the songs were sounding nice. The songs sounded nice. So this was going on for about 3-4 months, and then Donald came back to me. He was like, hey man, why don't you just rap? I said, man, I would never rap. And I was dead serious. I was like, man, I don't want to rap, man. Not in this stage of my life, man. I'll preach. Right. You know what I'm saying? I'll make some beats, but I ain't finna rap. So they just kept saying it to me, because it was this young group that was coming up, and they kept saying, well, why don't you rap? Why don't y'all make a group? And I was like, I was so dead against it, because I just felt like the way the secular music had a grasp on me, right, I couldn't see gospel rap grasping people like that. I couldn't see it. And I was just like, man, you know, I love the songs in church that make you cry, you know, and stuff like that. So I was like, I don't think rap would do anything. So, you know, it got all in my household. They was like, even my wife was like, you probably can do it. I was like, everybody pressing me. So I said, okay, y'all pressing me in the Lord. Y'all pressing me in the Lord. I said, I don't even want to come up with a rap name. I said, let me try something. So for you know, we wrote a song, and it's ironic that you said the song that you remember us, well, when you first met us. Oh, Fisherman. The song was the Fisherman, man. So we wrote it, and I played this little tune that John was like, da-na-na-na-na, da-na-na-na-na. I played it, and we made the music off of it, and then everybody was liking it. They was like, oh man, that's catchy, because you know you're gonna do it at church. So we did it at one of the church events. Right. Everybody was like, we like that, y'all can. And I was like, man, they done got me caught up in this rap. I said, I'm caught up, because you know I started seeing that the children, it was touching them. Right. You know, it was like it was something that was different than them listening to what they was listening to, and I made sure I told people, I said, if I'm a rap, I ain't trying to be catchy. I said, if it sound corny to people, it don't matter, because I'm gonna talk about the Lord. Right. I'm gonna talk about everything they got to do with out the Bible, because I don't want nobody spitting on what I'm doing, you know, saying something like, oh man, them folk just out there, you know, it's gonna be all God or nothing. Right. Man, that's kind of how that started, man. And once it started, it was almost like it started with me and Donna, then 2 more people ended up in the group, and man, the rest is I'm here right now. Right. 17 some years later, I'm still right here range of music and still rapping and still carrying this word. So it was like, man, it started off kind of, it starts off like a movie. It starts off like it could be a movie.
Right.
But most definitely, that's how it started. That's how it started.
Hey, I'm sitting there listening to your story, man, cause that's like how I got into rap. You know, it was when the Lord, matter of fact, coming back from Memphis, I was down there in Tunica gambling all night, man. I'm talking about, man, look here, went down there, pocket full of money, look here, hit them tables, lost, broke back even, so I sat back there, I said, hey, I'm done. I get back up, I'm good. Driving home, next day the Lord started dealing with me. And I was the same way, I was like, you know, I ain't rapping no more. I'm done, I'm going to church, that's it. And then that's when he was like, do gospel rap. I was like, I don't know what gospel rap is. I don't know what it is. And see, I think the difference with your story, I was actually in the streets rapping. Battle rapping with everybody, going to all these showcases, coming through the town. And one of them, I remember one of them in particular, the guy, he came down, they was from Sony. And they had this big showcase. So at the time, you know, I was still out there in the streets playing around. And so we went to the showcase and got on, look, we didn't even know the song. It was me, my brother, and a partner of mine. We called him Button Nose. Okay. We on stage, we like, look, we don't know this song. We just recorded this song. Let's just get up here and freestyle. So we out there blowing big weed in the car. Oh, yeah. Get on stage, and we just rap. I'm talking about going in to the point where the dude came up and he said, hey, y'all dudes, all right, y'all come sit with us at the showcase. 1 week later. So the next week come, and man, everything, now I know now it was God, but I didn't know then. I was like, cause everything was happening that day that prevented us from getting to that showcase. You know what I'm saying? My car messed up. My partner car messed up. I can't call the other partner with a car. We don't know where he at. So we like, okay, we can't get to this showcase. So now when I look back years later, I said, okay, God was stopping us. Yeah, most definitely. God was about to basically just promote more sin in the world. So when I hear your story, man, mine was almost identical. I was like, Lord, I ain't rapping. I'm going to church. Joke, I'm gonna get here. They was like, man, they told me, they said, man, join the choir. I said, Joke, I can't sing. I ain't no singer.
I already know what you mean, yeah.
Right, so you know, they was like, we just trying to get you involved. That's really what it all was. Yeah. So, man, I got up there a couple times. I got about that thing, man. I said, man, this ain't what it is. I don't feel that in my spirit to sing. And that's when God told me, brushing my teeth in the bathroom, dog. Spirit of God said gospel rap. At that time, I didn't know what a gospel rapper was. I didn't know what they look like, how they sound like. I didn't know one. I didn't know nobody. And then 3 months later, I got introduced to, remember Grape Tree Records from back in the day? Okay, Cat named Antonius from Chicago. A partner of mine, Keidron, stay in Houston. He the one who introduced me 3 months after God told me the gospel rap about Grape Tree Records. That was right before Grape Tree Records stopped. Remember, they had stopped and that was it. And so that was my introduction. I was like, okay, these boys going in. You know, and you know, one thing led to another. Like you said, now years later, me and you talking and chopping it up about gospel rap. Let me ask you this, bro. So now, talking about, I'm gonna go back to the Fisherman song. So now you put the song out. How was the response? And people, you know, people listen to the song. How was the response when y'all put it out there? Well, how was they feeling it?
Well, what was the premise of the song was, see, it became so catchy because it had a little dance in it. And look, Dan said, so you know, it was like you had a fishing rod.
Yeah, I remember the dance with the fish.
Throw it out, bring it back. You know what I'm saying? So people will be doing it, and we was like, we fishing for souls.
Right.
And we throw the word of God out and bring it back in. You know what I'm saying? We throw the word of God, that's a seed. And we roll it back up, man, bring you in, man. And then with the spirit, you know what I'm saying? Right. So it was like the people was feeling it, because I'm gonna tell you, man, when we did it at the churches, you know, around our family members, you know, family love you.
Yeah.
But then they'll tell you when something is corny. Right. But they was like, man, that's nice. Didn't nobody know like how to promote something or what to do, but we were just glad to do a song that everybody liked.
Right.
Man, we went to Atlanta, man, and got hooked up in the hip hop Holy Hip Hop Award.
Yes, sir.
And we went down there on a mission. We went on a mission. We was like, man, we finna go down here and let these folk know, man, that we love the Lord. Right. And we said we gonna bump out with the Lord. Right, man, when that song came on,
I remember.
You know, everybody from Memphis had jumped on the stage.
I remember, man.
Man, them folk, cause I was looking at the tape and I was like, I think that's the first time, like you said, that was the first time I ever saw you. Cause I was like, man, I ain't never seen this man right here before. But you was on the stage, you were dancing. So I said, man, that's what God to do. God had us up there, and I was like, everybody, when we got off the stage, man, them folk from Atlanta, cause you know, that was the thing. The thing was, it was Memphis music. It was these people from different places.
Right.
And then we wasn't trying to be accepted, but it was just the fact that from all these different places, Seattle, Kentucky, all these different places, Dallas, them folks was like, man, that song right there, man, that right there is a bumping song. They was like, where y'all from? We like, man, we from Memphis, you know what I'm saying? We just down here, man, trying to spread the word, you know what I'm saying? And it made us feel good that the song that we made, that God gave us, touched some people, makes people kind of like turn their head, like, hey, wait a minute, what is that? Yeah,
right.
About the Lord, and then we together, then we having fun.
Right.
Then we ain't talking about nothing vulgar or even compromising the gospel. So yeah, it was a good response, meaning that the response God gave us that to let us see how much more doing that music was gonna touch people. So it was a good response. It was a good response.
And I one thing I remember about going to Atlanta, that we went down there 5 straight years.
Oh, now we did about the same thing. We did it until they moved into another building.
Right. They moved into another building. After that, they had in their arena, and then they moved into this, like it was a smaller room. But that thing was still packed, though. That thing was packed.
Most definitely.
I remember going down there, and like I said, that was the first time I saw everybody on stage like that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like I said, when I was sitting in the room, Big Truck was like, hey, man, you come on, Joker. You Memphis, too. Come on.
I'm trying
so
to tell
we
you,
on
man,
stage. I'm like, man, what are these dudes up here? Talking about they with the Fisherman song. But that thing was bumping. That thing was bumping, man. I miss Holy Hip Hop, man. I tell people all the time, to me, that was like we did our show. You know, we do shows and promote shows. But to me, that was the Super Bowl,
man, for real.
Rap.
It was set up nice. They had the booths out there. They had people over there doing freestyling. Then they had the major showcases. Then them folk had interviews. They had all these different places that was interviewing you. And then when you come from off stage, somebody grab you. Hey, go in this interview room. It was set up real good. Like you said, it was like the Super Bowl of gospel rap for real.
It was there, man. I pray that they, you know what I'm saying, they crank that thing back up, you know, and get that thing moving again, man.
Man, I'm praying on something. I'm praying on something, man, because I really want that to be something that keeps going, because you lose your momentum of what God want to do through people when the things that He put in place for some reason, when the enemy get involved, it stopped the wheel from moving.
Right.
But you know, God always got somebody in the works.
Right.
You know, every time in the Bible when you thought that the gospel was finna stop, God said, I got a whole nother remnant of people that's finna bring this from the real. Right. So just know that God always got somebody. So I want to be part of it. I want to be the one that'll help start this thing back up, man, and really mentor and make some workshops and stuff like that. So yeah, man, I've been thinking about it. I've been praying about it too, for real.
That's what's up,
it was a touch. It touched our lives. We was starstruck the first year we went.
Right.
We was like, because we didn't do no rapping or nothing. We just kind of walked around. We was like, this is where it's at. If we gonna rap anywhere, we want to rap right here.
Right. And you know what, man? You know what? When we first went down there, matter of fact, first of all, I was shocked they picked us anyway.
I know, because they got to pick you. They got to pick. It took us 2 years, then they picked us.
Right. When we put in, you know, when you go through that, I think you submit the EPK and all that stuff.
Yeah. You got to do that.
Right, and then there was like out of like 500 submissions, they only picked 100 artists, and they sent us back to say, hey, we want y'all to come out. And so when we got there, we was like that too. We was like, okay, man, we don't know what to expect. You know what I'm saying? I knew the cats that I knew in Memphis, Texas, Mississippi. I knew everybody. So, you know, the cats I already did shows with. But when we got there, man, we was kind of halfway like, hey, man, this a big deal.
Man, for real.
You know, cause
that stage was so big, you ain't jumping off of that.
No,
get back up. If you jump down, you down.
You down.
Cause that's your big, them lights and smoke. I'm like, man, these folks, they got a real show, man.
Yes, sir.
The first time I was saying, I was part of something like that, like you said.
Right.
It was a big thing.
It was on, man. Let me ask you this, man. You hit on that a little bit. Why you think remember all the shows and the conferences that was all over the place? Like, you know, Atlanta had one, Florida. I know they had one in Ohio.
I went to one now.
We did ours here in Little Rock. You know, folks was like, y'all doing a music conference in Little Rock? I said, yeah. And cats was driving all over the place. I'm talking about one artist drove 20 hours.
Man,
came here, performed, settled, and then turned around that night and drove back home 20 hours.
Man, I'm trying to tell you, I remember that because I was at that conference. I remember.
Right. So we was just trying to do but like we doing now, man. We just trying to do our part to just make it right. You know what I'm saying?
Most
make this thing right and keep gospel rap going. But let me ask you this: why you think these conferences? I heard you hitting on it a little bit, but why you think these conferences around the country stopped like they did?
Well, I'm gonna give you, you know, because you always have to be real cognitive of where you speak from. All right, so you know, I went to a lot of those conferences, and what starts off genuine sometimes turns into things that you want to do personally, and you always have to be kind of careful when you put yourself in the way of what God want to do, because a lot of the conferences were informative. You know what I'm saying? You were able to network in a way where you didn't know some of these people that you could either get to their church, they could either come to your church, or they was introducing you to some other pastors. You know, so to me, it started off real good. And we were actually trying to go to every conference that popped up because we was trying to network in a way that we could spread the gospel all across the United States. We wanted to make it to, man, let's get to a conference in California somewhere. Even though it was going to take us forever, we wanted to go because we had already went to Florida. I'm talking about took that 15 and a half. We went to Miami, man. We drove that jump. We was like, man, we gonna go, but man, we fell asleep every hour on the hour until we got there. But I think the reason why they started falling off is, like I said, you know, with anything that you do, you got to keep God first. And you got to have a heart for God and a heart for people. And when you start just dealing with just business, instead of business and the Lord. It's gotta have a balance.
Right.
So the more the business was, it was more it was killing it. Like with the Holy Hip Hop Award, you don't have to worry about numbers just getting chosen to perform and be around people,
right.
And then networking, and you get up out of there. But these conferences, they were asking for money, and when you start doing that, and then you want to do a showcase, the business side was getting swallowed up. Meaning this: you do a conference and you say, okay, I need 100 artists to register for the conference.
Right.
All right, so 100 artists, they pay the money, they come down there. Then you say, we're going to try to let 100 artists perform.
Right.
Where you there 5, 6, 7, 8 hours. Man, you there so long, don't be at the end of the list. Everybody done went home. So you really ain't even performed in front of nobody. So it just started getting like tainted with that same, it will happen. Because I'm telling you, I promise, man, I know we went to about 20-some conferences. We kept going. And it was just, but we was doing it because we wanted to continually meet people and spread the word, right? And so when we started seeing it, we was like, now wait a minute, if I drive all the way down here and I don't get a chance to let what God gave me in this craft that I'm working on flourish, right? It's almost like it just was a money thing. I came out here and feel the seat for a minute. So the people that was running all these different ones, since it was their way, it's always strange if you see a church closed down. If you see a church closed down, something really, really bad to happen. But you don't see none of these conferences.
Right.
None of them. You ain't see, and it was because it needed some more backbone of the Lord. It needed some more backing from God to keep it steady. Right. That's my take on it, and that's not even being personal, because because everything you do for God gonna last. And we haven't really been seeing conferences like that here.
Right. I agree with you, man. It's man, let me tell you, when you was talking, I remember going to a Stellar Award event, and that matter of fact, we was the night you did BB King.
Yeah, we was at BB King. Right, yes.
Before you went on stage, about 3 hours before, we was at an event, and I ain't gonna say who it was. Yeah, but it was the same thing. They was like, give the registration money. We did that. We give it so much time, and as the show was going on, the main headline, I ain't gonna say who it is. He known everywhere. He was like, "Hey, stop it. That's it. Cause it's time for me to go on and do my sound check. The rest of y'all get out the room." So man, we literally look here. We literally before we pulled up at the BB King, man, we chased the promoter through Nashville to get our money back, man. I'm talking. Because it's
right. And see, you see what I'm talking about?
Right.
That's some street type of stuff.
Right.
You don't want to be involved in that.
No, man. Look here. I'm talking about we running through red lights. We pulled up in the hood somewhere, some gas station. And so the lady turned around because she was trying to get away with the money. So I'm hopping through red lights, train tracks, everything. Pulled up at the gas station. I hit the high beams on. I said, "Look, you gotta give us this money. We ain't going nowhere." And so her friend got out because she tried to apologize. She said, "Hey, doing y'all money, misunderstanding." And so when I started to see that, I said, gospel rap shouldn't be like that.
No.
You know what I'm saying?
You don't want to. I always, I came from a background to whereas I knew what would happen when you do situations like this. So when I came on this side, I was like, I don't want to be in no altercation like what will happen in the street.
Right.
This right here got to be something else. So when you start seeing it, you like, okay, God help me, so I won't get that upset.
Right.
Because I know how you're supposed to handle stuff like that. But I'm like, God got it. And you have to really be crucified in the Lord not to do something.
Yes, sir.
Because somebody trying to take advantage of you. You know what I'm saying? And especially when you loving God, you gonna give it. You ain't trying to compromise with them. They say, well, it's gonna be 175. You trying to give it to them. You ain't trying to haggle them.
Right.
So don't haggle me. I done gave you the 175. Whatever you had me for, I gave it to you. But you was playing. Don't do it. Please don't do that, because I'm still praying every day. Not to switch over, because you know that staying safe is a daily fight.
I know, man.
Come on, man.
Look, I'm riding through Nashville, and that old man wanted to act a fool.
That's what I'm saying. I'm trying to tell you.
Then I had, the crazy thing about it, I had you remember Charles Mayer, the Demon Slayer?
Yeah.
I had my wife with me. I had my daughter with me. I'm hopping through Nashville. I'm like, hey, you got to get this money back. I'm not going home till you get this money back. And so,
man,
I hate to get to that point. You know, when I said, I got in the car, we got back to the room, you know, got our food and all that stuff. I said, man, my wife was like, you all right? I said, I'm good. I hate to get to that. It shouldn't get to that point.
No.
You know, and so that old stuff I try to rise up. I said, look, I'm not going to, you know, just get our money, we go home. So
I'm trying to tell you. I'm going to tell you something right quick. I want to remind you something right quick before you keep going. Don't you remember, because you know, when I took the trip down there, I went down there to do the BB King thing. When I met you down there, we met at a McDonald's.
Sure did. I remember.
And we stood outside.
I remember.
Talking about God so long.
I remember.
That I'm talking about, we standing in the parking lot, right? Then a dude walked up, don't you remember? And we witnessed to that man. We was in Nashville witnessing to some folk. Didn't even know nobody from a bullfrog.
Right.
And we gave that man the word, and I was like, that's what it was about. It was like getting somewhere, man, meeting somebody like Kendrick, man, spreading the word, man. That man was like, I want to drink. We was like, we want to give you the word. Man, I was like, man, bro, I came home, I told my wife, man, I was like, it's a blessing to run across somebody, man, that you own the same thing. When we talking about the Lord, man, witnessing, man, we got hype. We was like, man, we gonna get down here, man, and change the world.
Right. I remember, bro. The thing is, man, it's just, you know, God kept us out there that day to, you know, get to that guy. You know, hopefully, you know, the one thing I love about gospel rap that I tell people, I said, man, when people be like, well, what do gospel rap do? How is it effective? I said, man, I can sit and talk for days about the stuff that happened after the shows, before the shows, especially not necessarily in the church settings, because I did a majority of my shows, I'm talking about in the hood for real. I'm talking about across the street from the bangers to them boy dope dealers, everybody. You know, one show, I tell everybody this, man, one show we did 25 blood members, gang members in the park. We setting up the show. And somebody on my street team, they was like, hey, you see them dudes over there? It was an older lady. She was kind of scared. And she said, you see them dudes over there? In the park, it's a park here called Petway Park. Matter of fact, if you ever watched the Bang and the Little Rock thing, that was one of the parks showcased in that documentary back in the day. So we out there. The Lord said, go out there. The day before, we was at Kroger's passing out flyers. And there was a dude he said, hey man, y'all going to Petway Park? I said, yeah. He said, man, he just started laughing. He said, man, somebody gonna die tomorrow. So I told him, I said, man, ain't nobody gonna die. I said, I know somebody bigger than every banger out there. We get out there the next day, setting the stage, it's like 100 degrees. We set the stage up. I look over there, I count, I said, okay, it's about 25 of them. And so I told the lady, I said, go over there to them brothers that was cooking the hot dogs and passing out the Pepsis and the chips. Because the stores around that park gave us all the free food. So we was just giving it out. So I said, look, tell them about 30 minutes, we about to crank up. Man, we got out there from 12 to about 5 or 6 till it got dark. At the end, 8 of them stayed. About 5 or 6 of them was walking up to us, dog, putting the dope money in our hand, saying, bring this back, man, we need this. Now, the only issue, that's how God moved. And the
Man.
only issue, I had one person, and I still love that dude, man. He just didn't get it. He was like, we had a follow-up meeting like on that Tuesday. The show was on a
Mm-hmm.
Saturday though, so we always do a follow-up meeting. So
Yeah.
he was like, I don't agree with, how they was giving the money. So I asked him, I said, did we ask for an offer? He said, no. I said, I don't never ask for no offer. I said, because if we
Mm-hmm.
do our part, God gonna do the rest. And
Yep.
so they came up, 'cause I was like, Lord, you know how you pray, like, Lord, how this gonna get done? Lord, how that gonna get done? Lord, okay, you telling me to do this, but I need the money to make this happen.
Yeah.
And there you go, right there. The dope money for the
Boom.
next
Put it in your
two,
hand.
3 shows was right there. So I tell people, I say it's those stories when we in Nashville in the park. I'm talking about it was cold out there. We just out there chopping it up.
Man,
And
I'm
then
trying to tell
dude
you.
walk up and boom, we get the minister and evangelize to this dude. And I'm
Mm-hmm.
sure if he's still living, he still remember that. Just like we remember. He still remember that.
Man, I'm trying to tell you, he let us pray with him and everything, even though he was like, we was like, we gonna pray with you, brother.
Right. He said he want that
We were
drink.
bold out there. We were Peter and Paul on that, man, for real.
Right.
Man. But I'm gonna tell you
Go
something.
ahead.
I'm gonna let you. I'm just gonna give you a little story about what you was talking about.
Right.
When I started doing solo, it was almost like God had took me to another part. Now you might finna get ready to ask me a question, so I don't want to kill it. But I have had situations in the same situation that you were talking about, as far as having to be in an environment that wasn't a church setting,
Right.
to be able to bring the gospel and actually see how the gospel works when you're not in the church.
Right.
But I'm gonna let you ask what you finna ask me. We're gonna keep rolling because I don't wanna kill you.
Oh man, you good, man. I was about
Oh,
to tell you
yeah.
to share something like what exactly what you just saying. Like I know you
Man,
got a
look.
lot of stories about operating
Man.
outside the church with gospel rap. That was my next question, actually.
I'm gonna tell you.
Go ahead.
I'm gonna tell you it. The way it came to me was in the form of open mic.
Mhm.
I had been, going to different churches and bringing the word, and thanking God that He's giving me new songs and things like that. And I saw an advertisement for an open mic,
Right.
and I was like, "Touch, Lord." And I was like, God said, "Do it." God told me to do it.
Right.
I said, "Okay, I'm gonna go." No, but see, God told me to do it.
Right.
So, but I said, I'm gonna go. So I went. I sat out there, they say, you pay $5, come in, sign the list. It will call your name.
Right.
Man, I went to that open mic 3 times. I never signed the list. I was scared. But God had already told me to do it.
Right.
He already said, do it. He said, and watch what happens. So I went the 4th time, and then by the end, dude was like, "Man, you always coming, man, but you don't never sign the list."
Right.
I said, I'm gonna sign the list. So I signed the list, and I had a song called "It Ain't What It Seems."
Yes, sir.
It ain't even like that.
Yes, sir.
And I did that job at that open mic,
Yes,
and that ain't no nice song. I'm telling folks, man, you drinking and smoking and overdosing from getting high. I'm telling that job getting it in, right?
Right.
And then when it was over, I was looking, I'm passionate about what I do. I was looking dead in them folks' face. When it was over, man, them folks was looking at me, they was like, "Man, we glad you came."
Yes, sir.
And did that. In this club, I was in the club. They was drinking for real. When I said, "Man, you doing all this bad stuff, man, you need to get yourself, it ain't what it seems out here, man."
Right.
You got to get to the Lord, right? So it was like, when I did that, man, I started getting flack. And this is when you know that God really wants you to do something, because the enemy will try to trick you with something, like having people that go to church say, "Why you doing that?
Right.
Why you up in there like that? You don't need to do that." And I'm like, but I know God told me to do it.
Right.
Because I was asking the Lord, how can I keep spreading? He said, you need to go to some places that people won't go. And he said, I'm going to equip you. He said, but I'm going to give you what to do. Don't go on your own. He told me, don't do something just because you want to do. You do it because I'm telling you to do it. Right. And it was going to be effective. It was going to, right. So you know what, man, I ended up signing up for a coast to coast.
I remember.
And the coast to coast, you know, it's no gospel in coast to coast.
Ain't none.
I signed up for that thing and went to Nashville on my own. I prayed. I said, Lord, whatever you gonna get out of this, okay, it ended up being like 130 some artists. Everybody rap. I went there, John, and did Witness. I did it hard too. Sat down, you know, some people was looking at me. They was like, oh man, yeah. Man, them folk went down the top 5 because it was gonna be somebody was gonna win, like first place, second place, third place, but they said they was gonna go to top 5. Man, number 5, man, them folk called Preacher Man, man. I said, man, this ain't nothing but the Lord. Boom, I got on stage, and I was like, man, it was all for God. I didn't want to place, but it was just the fact that them folk placed me amongst some secular artists because I can't, it was God, and I was like, I know it had to be the Lord. Man, and after that, it was almost like God had me in them clubs to whereas people will be in the audience when I come and they be like, you gonna do Witness? Man, do Witness, man. You got to do Witness tonight. And I be like, man, they ain't nothing but the Lord. And then them folk be saying, everywhere I go, homobile, I'm talking, they saying that in the club.
Yes, sir.
So I actually, I'm gonna tell you these 2 stories. One dude, I knew he had to be under the influence of something. He ran up on me after I was finished. He said, hey man, I'm gonna tell you. He said, your song was playing and I was feeling good. And then somebody had bumped up on me. And then I said, not today, devil, not today. I was like, man, God, man. It was almost like God was letting me see that whatever was going on, I was being a light. Yes, and I was giving people the pure word. I wasn't in there compromising. You even see Preacher Man touching a bottle, touching a cigarette, doing nothing. And people, I actually had somebody told me, people be watching you, man, and they really look up to you coming in here in this environment. They don't hear this except when they go to church. And them folk don't even go to the church. And I was like, Lord, I appreciate you allowing me to do it, to show me how powerful your word is. And I only did it for a span, meaning that God had told me, okay, that's enough. And I ain't done it. I ain't done it. He told me until he released me to do anything like that, I haven't been doing it because he told me that's enough. You did what you need to do. God done did what he wanted to do through you, through those environments. And they let me see that I can be in an environment and speak that word that God gave me over that mic with that music. Right. And them folk actually feeling what I'm saying and God touching them folk. Right. A woman said she said, I was a little drunk and I couldn't get home. Man, I put your song in there. She said, I'm just telling you, it got me to the house. And I was like, some other people might look at that as strange, but I know for a fact that's the word of God. It ain't had nothing to do with me. God did that. God just used me. So I'm telling you, man, doing this gospel rap, I know for a fact that when you give to the Lord, man, let him do it, he'll do some stuff. And he already said he'll put you in some places, man, and take you to some places and let you see things that you wouldn't be able to see. He opened the doors that no man can open. Right. You know what I'm saying? So I knew it was the Lord, man. I'm telling you.
Let me tell you, man. Let me tell you. Everything you talking about, I remember. I remember when you posted up about and going in the club.
Yeah, because I make sure people, I don't toot it, like I don't be trying to brag about it, but I let people see. I post them videos and them folks be like, man, you was in the club. Like, man, I go, I do my show, I hang around for a little bit, then I go to the house. I don't go to the club.
Right.
I am performing a gospel song in the club, then I get up out of there.
That's it, bro. Look at it's so much to unpack with everything you said, because for one, people think well, gospel rap shouldn't be in no club.
Oh man, come on.
I remember, I'm gonna go back a little bit. I remember I did a club one time. They caught some slack for it. You know, a partner of mine, he was doing some showcase or something, and he hit me up. He said, hey man, look. First thing he said, I know you do gospel rap. He said, you know, I've been knowing forever. He said, I know you do gospel rap. He said, I fool with what you doing. He said, I'm doing a showcase. He said, but it's in a club. That's what I told him. I said, do they have Sprite? He said, Sprite.
That's right.
I said, yeah. I said, I need a Sprite, a cordless mic, and get out the way.
I'm trying to tell you.
I'm inside this club. I'm inside this joker. I don't even know what the song I was rapping. I was going in, about 2 songs, going in. Man, all them drinks hit that table. They just looking like, man, who is this dude? Look here. I dab bro up and I got out of there. You know,
yeah.
Like, well, you in the club. I said, man, look, I ain't, like you said, I ain't going in there to the club. But matter of fact, clubs wasn't my thing. Club was never my thing. I've been to 2 clubs my whole life.
I'm trying to tell you.
And you know what turned me out?
Club go.
Look here. You know what turned me out from club? As soon as you get in the door, they fighting. I said, man.
Oh yeah. Or and then if they get the shooting, you can't get out of there fast enough.
Right. I'm like,
it's over with. Somebody getting hurt.
Right. I'm like, I'm too fresh. I ain't coming here to fight.
I'm trying to tell you.
Pants creased up, J's on.
Man, you know it. You know
I said, no, this ain't for me. So, man, everything you saying, I remember when you post that video about when you was in the club. I saw, man, I had that thing on repeat about 3 times, for real.
Oh, man.
I'm like,
glory to God.
I'm like, this is what gospel rap is all about. Man. Not necessarily in the church all day, because we're going to get that church clap. You know what I'm saying? That's good, brother. You know, we're going to get that church clap. I'm talking about when you got to test that thing outside a church setting.
Man, you'll get some stir-ups.
Yes, sir.
I done had some folks look at me like, what you doing there? I actually had somebody say, I was in the club.
Right.
And I said, this man, they said gospel rap. He said, I turned around and started walking up out there. I'm finna go to the parking lot. And he said, when the beat dropped, and then, cause see, I knew it was God, cause sometimes stuff like hallelujah will come out while I'm rapping.
Right.
He said, I heard you say hallelujah. He said, I turned around. He said, I turned around and came back because I said, ain't nobody hollering no hallelujah in the club, man.
Right.
he said, man, you real. He told you, I wasn't doing it for that, but it was just the fact that a dude that I didn't know told me, he said, man, you real, man. He said, you came up in here, man, and hit them folk with that hallelujah, man. I said, man, that was God. I didn't write that down. That wasn't even in the song. Right. I was feeling that, John. I was in there, man. And I was like, man, these folks finna get all what I do.
I remember, bro. Look here. If I had to teach a gospel rap class, I'm talking about to some brand new gospel rappers. I'm telling you on everything, like they say, on everything I know. That video you did in the club, I'm gonna say, hey, y'all watch this video right here for 5-6 minutes, and then we'll talk about it and unpack what happened. So on this over. That was textbook. But what I love about it is that's where God wants us to go. He wants us to go like the hedges and the highways. He didn't say, oh well, you do gospel rap and it's gonna be a pretty journey.
Oh man, come on now.
No, man, ain't nothing about this been pretty. Like I said, man, I seen cats come in hot, leave out cold. And I'm like, man, what happened to this dude? What happened to her? What happened to him? And I'm like, man, when I saw that video, I was telling my wife about it. I said, man, I told my wife, I said, preacher man in the club. What? It was the ice club. Was it the ice club?
It was the ice bar. It was the ice bar.
Right.
Yeah, it was at the ice bar.
Because I was laughing when I was telling her. She said, boy, what's wrong with you? I said, preacher in there getting down, giving them the gospel. And I was like you. I was looking at the responses.
Yes. And those folk actually said, it ain't even like that. They did it on their own. They did. And I was like, man, that's God, man.
Oh,
because they was listening. I had folks hugging me. I had one time I had a guy hug me and said, you came here just for me. That man hugged me. And you know, when you, as a man, you don't just hug people you don't know.
Right, you don't hug. Right,
We'll hug at church, but people you don't know, and then that man got all the way. He said, man, you came here for me. And I was like, there had to be something for this man to hug me.
Right.
So I said, God, just keep using me like this. Right. I said, man, it ain't got to be no offering involved. It ain't got to be no, I got paid. Because, see, I actually told the dude that let me do the shows, I said, man, God going to bless you because I'm making folk not buy drinks. Because when I come in here, I done had folks saying, I can't go up after dude. A dude finna get ready to rap. He said, the stuff I'm finna say, I can't go up after dude.
You can't.
I said, man, that man right there said that, man. I said, man, yeah, that God. They'll have to play some other music for a minute to get everybody calm down. Because I'm in there, I shut it down for the Lord. I was like, man, I told them promoters and stuff, I said, I appreciate y'all, man. I said, because folk wouldn't let me come in here in and about the club and just, man, stop folk.
Right. But that's God, man. That's what I love about gospel rap. I tell people all the time. I was saying in the last interview, I was saying, I still see you, bro. I still hear you, but I can't see you. You still on? We'll give a minute to get back on. This thing getting good. We'll give a minute to get back on. We run into some technical difficulties, but listen, let me see. Let me switch this up. We're going to keep this going until you get back on. Listen, man, this is getting good. Man, this is getting good. Hopefully get back on. Let me tell y'all something. Every time you're doing something, there's always technical difficulties, man. You know what I'm saying? We starting this thing. We're trying to make sure this thing keep going and keep moving. And the moment we getting good and talking about the Lord, here come that devil every time. You know what I'm saying? Cause somebody's gonna get blessed tonight. Let's see if we can get them back in. I'm gonna keep on talking while we clicking. See if we can get them back in the meeting real quick. But let me tell y'all something, man. What we doing with this platform is we're looking to build out this platform for gospel rap artists, DJs, and promoters. And I know y'all looking at it, and I know y'all like, okay, well, hold on. Where's the artist? But see, we're going to keep this thing going. I'm not going to cut it off. We're going to keep this thing going until we get it back on, because we got to get this in. And so, I know y'all looking at this. What we talking about tonight, we got Martin Powell, a.k.a. Preacher Man, and he just talking about his journey as a gospel rap artist. So let's see if we can plug him back in. We got to get him back on. Let me see. Click this in. I know y'all looking like, what are he doing? But we got to get him back in the show. And so this is getting good. This is getting real good. So what we doing, we building out. If you're just not tuning in, welcome to the Refill. We building, this is a platform for gospel rap artists, DJs, and promoters to share their story. You know what I'm saying? We want to share the stories with the artists, with the DJs, with the promoters, and just let them know, you know, that we doing our part to build out gospel rap, the media side. Listen, for those tuning in, you know, I'm an artist, promoter. Now we're doing this media piece here with the podcast. I've hosted shows for 9 straight years. It's a State House Convention Center. You know, we rent out the room and bring in artists and have a whole music conference coming in. So hopefully we can get back on, because this is getting good. We got to get it back in there. Hopefully we can. But whoever looking at this, man, you know, we got Martin Powell, aka Preacher Man, all the way from Memphis, Tennessee on, and somehow it cut out. Let me see if we can get him back on. Hopefully we can get back in the room. Hopefully we can get back in the room. We'll see what it is. But hopefully he can get back in. But if not, man, I'm going to talk a little more. And we just got to bring him on again another time. We'll bring him back on tomorrow. But this is what we're doing. What you're looking at is we're building a real platform to help the gospel rap industry and genre. And so what we're doing, we ran into some technical difficulties with the Zoom call. The call got dropped on his end, so hopefully he can get back on. We hope he can get back on the call and we can plug him in. Let me tell y'all some other things too, man. We're working on a brand new website, should be ready next week. We have the YouTube channel that's up now. It's not official, but it is up. We do have some video. We have one video on there now from last week. So we got that on. We just did an interview earlier with DJ I Rock Jesus from Virginia, all the way from Virginia. I think it's Hampton, Virginia. And so and now we Preacher Man, he's from Memphis, Tennessee. So we bringing in artists and DJs from all over the place, you know, all over the globe, literally. We have another page called the Pros page. And the Pros page is dedicated to the artists, the DJs, the promoters, and the influencers within gospel rap. Right now, we currently at 2,000, right at 2,000 artists, DJs, promoters, and influencers only. So we building it out. And look at it took us literally 10 years almost to build out that platform. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, we working. You know, one thing that gospel rap don't have the platform, you know, a stable platform where you can, yeah, that's better, where you can you know, showcase artists, showcase you know, DJs, showcase the influencers within the music. You know what I'm saying? We know how to make the music. We know how to promote it to a certain extent, but it takes not just faith. It don't take you know, not just prayer, not just faith, not just you know, talking about it, but you gotta be about it. You know what I'm saying? You gotta get it in. Let's see if we can get them in. And you have to put work behind. You know what I'm saying? You gotta you gotta put work behind, and you gotta really hone in on building a platform. Listen, I've been in business since 2004. So I've been in business 16 years this year. And so I understand building a business. I get it. I understand it. It's not so much, you know, you in it in the beginning for, oh, I need to make money, which that's true. We all need to make money. I know I want all the money I can handle, so much money that I can't even count it no more. But but in gospel rap, what we're doing here at Divine Seven Entertainment, we building out the media piece. Now, I've been doing gospel rap for about that long, since 2002. I put my first project out in 2003, followed it up with some mixtape stuff and some features. Then followed it up with a EP. Then followed it up with another album. But the way I had to figure out, sometimes you got to figure out how God wants you to move on this earth. So for me, it wasn't necessarily just trying to be the artist. You know, I'm just gonna be the artist. I'm gonna be the hottest artist, and I'm gonna everywhere I go, it's gonna be smoky when I'm done. No, I'm not just the artist. He got my hand in a lot of things. You know what I'm saying? He got my hand in the artist side, the administration side. You know what I'm saying? I'm a label owner, a real label owner that sign artists and pay artists. But the issue with signing artists in gospel rap is a lot of artists, they come in wide-eyed, and when it's time to do the work, a lot of them get discouraged. You know what I'm saying? Then when it's payment time, they don't have the business acumen to understand how business operate. A lot of artists I talk to, I say, hey, look, I would sign you, I would pay you. It's not gonna be the money you want. So keep your job. If you have a job, keep your job. Don't, I'm not gonna ever tell you to quit your job. But they don't understand the business. They don't have the business acumen to understand business. And so when they see contracts, I tell them, say, hey, go get you a lawyer. I have mine, you go get yours. So you go get you a lawyer to look at this. There you go. There you go. I was gonna talk to you, get back in. There you go. Let me see, let me scoot this over. Come on. Let's get it back in. Let's see if we can get them in. Can you hear me, preacher man? Let's see if we can get them back in. There you go. There you go. We see you, bro. Let's see if we can get it back in. We'll give them a chance to set up one more time. But what I'm saying is, you know, we're building a platform to help artists, DJs, promoters, and influencers within gospel rap make a difference and push the culture forward. What I do, I'm 10 toes down. I see you, bro. We about to plug in. Let's see if we're going to plug him back in so we can finish this up. Can you hear me, bro? Can you hear me? Let's see if we can get him back in. We got him back in. Turn your mic up, bro. We're going to give him another chance to set up. But what I'm saying is what we're building is we're building a real platform. And it's going to take some time. It's going to take years. It's going to take a lot of work. It's going to take a lot of money to get this done. I tell people all the time, God ain't just giving us stuff. You see what I'm saying? He'll say, let me see if we can hear him. Let me see if we can plug him in one more time. Can you hear me, bro? Cut your mic up, bro. Let's see if we can get him in. That's back off again. Let's try it again. I don't know what happened. We're gonna get him in though. Sometimes you gotta work it out till it's worked out. Oh, I'm looking at the wrong thing. Clicking the wrong one. Let's try this. We're gonna try it again and get them in. Can you hear me, bro?
Can you hear me?
I can hear you, bro, but I can't see you.
I know, because it's like when I, wait a minute, let me see something. Because when I moved it, let me see, wait a minute. It's trying to, where I hit it. There you go. Now, can you do both? No.
Hey,
can
there
you
you go. We got
you
you
got
now.
both of them now.
Yeah, we got you now, bro. You and
the my phone, man. You been talking so long, man. You burnt that junk up. Man, it's 9 something at night. My phone was like, I'm finished.
Man.
So I got it turned a certain way so I can get a couple of charges so we can kind of knock this out, man.
Right, man. It was getting good, then it went dead.
I know, right? I'm trying to get a good angle to try to keep this going while I'm charging it, man. I know it's a little light in it.
Right, it's good, man. We got you back in, man. I was on here talking till you got back on. I said we got to finish this thing up because it started getting good. I was just explaining to everybody, man. We trying to build this platform out, and help push gospel rap forward. I tell people all the time. I said, man, I'm 10 toes down in this thing. I seen it up, I've been to the ups, the downs, the droughts,
You know,
spending a ton of money, ain't seeing that money back fast
more.
anyway, ain't getting it back fast. And so, and then God be like, okay, now do this, now do that, now do this, now do that. And so,
Mm-hmm.
the thing is, I can't remember what we was talking about, but let me ask you
I
this.
could, but you can go for what you know.
But let me ask you this. Gospel rap today, you been
Mm-hmm.
in this thing 17 years. You know it. You soaked in it. You done seen it. Look here, you ain't. I like different what I was saying in the last interview, and I tell people this all the time. I said I love talking to the OGs in this thing.
Yeah,
That
yeah.
that done been there, done that, and understand why you do gospel rap. Not just say, oh, okay, I can spit the hottest bars, I can make the dopest tracks, or I can link up and
Mm-hmm.
collab with the coldest artists. But you
Mm-hmm.
understand why you do it. I see it in your walk, I hear it in your music,
Thank you,
and
Jesus.
listen, I fool with you.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
not one of these cats like, oh man,
Glory to God.
I'm just gonna get Preacher Man on to make a show. I'm like, no, I bump Preacher Man. I
Man,
bump it
that's
in
what's
the
up, man.
Chevy. When they
Love
hear
the
that
Lord.
thing yoking, they say, who is that? When I got little nephews with me or cousins, they're like, man, that ain't no little baby or Yo Gotti or Dolph. Who is that? I said,
Yeah,
man, that's
yeah.
Preacher Man. Or they say, who is that? Well, that's the homeboy Pun from Houston. Or I might be bumping something I just did fresh out the studio just to get a reaction, see what they think.
Yeah,
But
yeah, yeah.
let me ask you this. You see this thing from the inside out, outside in. Where's
Mm-hmm.
gospel rap going, in your opinion?
Okay, well, and I'm gonna be honest.
Shoot it straight, man.
Um, but before, because it took me 2 years to get into the recording academy where I can vote, and I'm part of the Grammy Association and all that. It
Hey,
took me a couple of years.
hold that thought. And congrats on that too, man. I was gonna
Man,
get to that.
God, man.
Look here, because that's where we need to go. You and
I'm
Miss
telling you,
Tiffany and
Miss
Mississippi.
Tiffany, man,
Yes,
I
sir.
shot her out every chance I get. She is a mighty woman of God.
Yes,
That
sir.
was the first time I heard a woman rap and broke out and spoke in tongues. I said, wait, when she did that, man, I said, man, I don't care what nobody say, man. Don't nobody do that playing with the Lord.
No, sir. No, sir.
I said, don't
No,
nobody
sir.
do that, man. I'm talking about hit that joint. I felt it. I
Right,
said, wait
right,
a minute. She
right,
she came from out of town and did that. I said, oh, wait a minute.
right,
We hooked up ever since, and it was almost like this is something that we talking about. It
right,
was once I got voted in there, we said our job is to change. It's a changing of the guard.
right, right,
It's
right,
it's it's something that's got to be different now that it hasn't been, and it's not to say that what hasn't been wasn't effective. It's just that now it's gonna change in another way
right,
because in these end times it need a certain type of move.
right, right,
Cause we in the end times, we can't
right.
run from it, try to sugarcoat it. We are. So it's gonna take some real radical, bold for God, tell it exactly like it is, not trying to jump over the fence to get you to listen to the Lord. Oh no.
Right, right,
It's that's why I was kind of telling you when we was offline that God used this year, man. A lot of people left here, man.
right.
I pray for everybody that lost a loved one, but he did a lot of trimming, man.
Yes, sir.
God's hand is in everything that ever happened. Some things the enemy can mask it, but God is always in control.
Right,
And
right,
it's like he is preparing a way for this newer generation of gospel carriers, man, through this music and
right.
through ministry to really take hold of this world, man. So when I'm looking at this gospel rap now, I'm looking at, just like you said, you saw people that was hot, the next thing you know, they're not around no more. You know, God is a God of chances too. He gives us these gifts, man. And
Right,
sometimes the enemy will get in your way and hinder you from what God wants you to do. But that doesn't mean that he done stopped you. he could be hindering you. He can buffet you for a long time.
Right.
But it's for us to wake this up, man, because it's like I've seen what God can do on a very small scale in my life.
Uh-huh.
This got to burn like a wildfire, man. You know, I see it as if it's fake, it ain't gonna even show up.
Already.
It ain't gonna show up, man, because it's of non-effect. Anything that's not like God, man. Because I'm telling you, I've even been saying, Lord, it's some things that I haven't done this year because of the situations that we in. He said,
right.
It's a lot that I'm cutting. He just let me know. He said it to me. He didn't call people names. He let me know. So he was like, cause I'm finna do something. So it's like, God, if it's anything that's hindering me from moving forward, Lord, remove it. Because I know for a fact, this gospel rap, man, God raising up some folk. It might be some people that we ain't never even thought was gonna come out. They're gonna come out, and they're gonna be like rapping and singing and doing podcasts or doing some kind of meeting where they touching folk, man, and people getting saved. That's what I'm seeing. I'm not seeing it dying. I'm seeing it being called what it is. Because, you know, it's so many different names that we were getting. We were getting holy hip hop. We were getting Christian rap. We was getting, sometimes you try to put something in the genre, they just say hip hop. They wouldn't even let you put Christian rap first. I'm like, what's going on? But I've always called it gospel rap because I'm bringing the good news.
Already.
I'm bringing the good news about Jesus save, and he can hear you, and he can get you right where you at and turn your life around. That's what I'm bringing. Right. So that's why I've always called it gospel rap. And I see that going, man, to higher heights. I see it because I'm going to make sure that I'm a catalyst.
Right.
I'm gonna be part of it to where I'm sparking something. I'm shaking something up. So I'm there. And like I said, I know you, Miss Tiffany, I know a lot of people. You know, I'm not calling other people's names based on knowing them as just to call their name. I'm calling people names that I've been in contact with.
Right.
I'm in contact with these people.
Right.
You know, Fro. I talk to these people. I have conversations. So I'm seeing what God wants to do. All of us is in this together.
Yes, sir.
Titan, you know, stuff hitting my mind. It's hitting my mind as I keep going. I just know that God has ministry in all the ones that's still around right now.
Right.
And it's gonna be for us, man, to hit this revival, man. Hit the revival button because it's time.
It's time, man. It's you hit it on the head, man. It's like you know, stuff that I see. It's like I think the thing that bothered me, I guess for a second, I won't even say for a minute, just a second, was the cats that was ascending up, and then they was trying to say that they not gospel rappers, or they rappers that's Christian, or I'm a Christian that just happen to rap. You know what I'm saying?
I'm gonna tell you something.
Go ahead.
I'm gonna tell you something about that. I just feel like if I want you to do what I'm promoting, I can't. It was just like when I went to the club. I didn't say nothing no different. I didn't laugh and giggle and bump arms with them folk just so they'll listen to me.
Right.
I said, Jesus right in your face, take it or leave it. And that's the end of it.
Right.
Because you got to stand on this. Right. You got to stand on this with no waiver. So if it had to deal with money, to where, well, that's how you keep your money. You know, if you do certain things, I feel like you praising the money. God gonna take care of us, man. So don't let nobody wave nothing over your head to make you be so wishy-washy about how to promote God. Because, you know, the excuse people use is, you know, God gives us wisdom. Yes, he does, but then he ain't gonna tell you, let my name be soft. He ain't finna say that.
Right.
He gonna give you some wisdom when to say it, but he ain't gonna tell you to let it be soft. Oh, don't worry about saying Jesus right now, man. Whatever. Right. Because soon as you do that, people know that they get you in a situation. And that's why I was telling you all these cats that I've been running across, and I've been true to the word. I even had a guy tell me, I respect what you do. He said, I would not respect you if you do anything that I'm doing.
Mm-hmm.
He said, I'm gonna do what I'm doing. And he said, you stay over there where you at.
Mm-hmm.
He said, don't cross over here. He said, if you come over here any kind of way, man, he said, man, I'll never respect you ever again.
Mm.
And that was, and he just said that we weren't having no conversation. I was talking about collaboration. I was just asking him, would you ever rap with a gospel artist? He said, I'll never do that. And he said, I wouldn't do it because I respect what you do, and I don't do that.
Right, right.
So I'm not even gonna fool with it. He's saying, you better not come over here.
Right.
And I respected him because I understood what he was saying. He was saying, I'm with you over there because you giving me what I need. Don't come over here playing with me like we cool. Then I'm gonna think you know that. This some street stuff. And I was like, that's how you talk to it. You know, just be honest.
Right, right.
So that's how I am about God. I'm the same way. Look, if you finna fool with me, you gonna fool with me on some hallelujah and let's pray. And don't be coming over here with all, oh, you know, I can't cuss around preacher, man. Oh yeah, you thank the Lord that you honoring God. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
That you got to come to me.
Right.
So I understand kind of what you were saying, but we gotta watch how the industries try to wash us to a certain, you know, it's certain things you can't say or we not gonna back you.
Right.
We have to watch that, man, because that's almost saying turn your head while I do this in front of you.
Right. Yeah.
That you know is not like God.
Right.
No, you can't. That's a scary situation. That's why I feel like sometimes people get put in a situation that you in some contractual type of stuff, and you can't be as honest as you supposed to be. And then you will try to fix words so certain people won't stop talking to you. Well, you know, that's what you're trying to do. So I just feel like, man, that situation right there that you speaking on, I feel like it did sway some people, because there was a lot of people that I've heard that said, man, I don't know why that person even said that. They kind of threw me off. And I was like, man, Peter denied God 3 times.
Go ahead,
and he
bro.
told him you gonna do it.
Right.
No, I ain't. No, you gonna do it. But I'm gonna get you back. But you gonna do it.
Right.
And sure as what he said, he did it. But God still said, man, when y'all go get everybody, all the disciples, please go get Peter. So it's almost like putting in this situation, man. Peter cussed some folk out. Hey, wait a minute, move. I ain't with Jesus. He went off.
Cutting off ears and everything. That joker had a sword swiping ears off, joker.
So I look at that situation like that. Like you will get put in a situation, man.
Right.
But let God fix it. And in the same aspect, let that be a learning tool. And that's how I do everybody. Like you said, it threw me off. Then I was like, I'm gonna pray. I don't know what situation that man got put in. Lord, please don't put me in that situation where I done signed some papers and have to say certain stuff. Or my money stopped. Because I'm gonna have to tell him off top, I'm not saying nothing that's gonna tell me I can't say whatever I want to say.
That's it.
Because I'm gonna say something about the Lord, and then if the Bible said all these type of people won't make it into heaven and I can't say it, then you messing me up.
Right.
Because it's somebody that really need to hear this.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And that very person might be listening the day that you said everything all right. And you said, and they listening to you.
You hit on the head.
That's just part of you. That's gonna be part of your stuff that you're gonna have to deal with.
Right.
Yeah.
You hit on the head, bro. And let me tell you something, man. That's why I tell people, man, when the Lord, let me tell you what got me on track with gospel rap. I'm talking about when it was like for real. Again, going to Memphis.
Yeah.
I did remember the Orlando Drapers conference back in the day at the they had at the Holiday Inn. I don't even think they got the Holiday Inn up no more. But it was at the Holiday Inn, like the ballroom or something like that. So to this day, I don't know how I got the information to get up there, but we went. That was years ago. Matter of fact, in that room that's when I met Dale. That's when I met Super, Percy, C-Dub. Everybody was packed in that room. So we coming in from Little Rock. They're like, who these dudes right here? Man, we go in there rapping. This was like the beginning of gospel rap for us. We rapping, man, throwing water, swinging tires.
Man, you already know.
Standing on chairs. Mm-hmm. Man, we get back home. The Lord put something in my spirit. He said, you ain't did nothing. And I heard, and he said it just like that. He said, you ain't done nothing. He said, you better keep it ministry and minister through this music. And ever since then, that's my approach. Every single time. And so what you saying, man, it's like cats, you got to pick a side. You know what I'm saying?
Different.
You gotta pick a side. You got to know they ain't gonna sign me because I talk about Jesus too much. So I better sign myself a deal. I was like, how I got into constructing my studio, what we got now, what we at right now. I was like, Lord, okay. I know the boys in this city who got the studios, but I know what come along with going into those studios. You know, that environment. You know what I'm saying? I said, I don't want to go in there if it's a smoke session going on. Or if I got, they trying to put their partners on before I walk in there, I already paid my money. So I was like, Lord, okay, show me what to do. He said, okay, build your own studio.
That's what's up.
Build it from the ground up. So what I'm saying is, it's like, when, and I'm hearing it from you, it's like when he said, okay, you get in this for the sake of ministering this gospel, and I'll put around you the tools and the resources you need to make it happen. Without you compromise and losing your soul, like you say, signing something. They say, well, you can't talk Jesus, you gotta say him. Or you gotta say
ain't nobody got time to play with them.
No, man, because we living in some time. I feel because I tell people all the time, I said, man, people know, I don't care how much saved you are or gospel rapping, people know what's real and what's fake.
Oh, most definitely.
And they know. That's why dude told you, he said, look, don't come over here. And I ain't coming over there because he knows. I'm trying
to tell you, he was being flat foot honest, but they're going to tell you straight facts about how they feel about what you're doing.
Already.
When you get there. So I just feel like, man, we need to be the same way. Straight facts, man. You keep doing that, man, you're going to hell, and it ain't nothing you can do about it, man, unless you just gonna get your life on.
Right. Simple as that.
And them folk be knowing, and I done seen it. I done been on one side where I know that people know about God. They just have to keep a certain persona around their partners. But as soon as they get along, they break it down to you.
Right,
they break down. Yeah, they break down. They be like, man, look, man, I done had at least 100 artists tell me I used to gospel rap, or I should be gospel rapping.
Yes, sir.
And when I heard you, that reminded me, that's what I should have been doing. But man, I said, man, God, take everybody on the road. Yes, I said, you just don't want to be on your road that's leading to hell. You need to go and get back on the right road. I'm just letting you know. God gave me a little, I said, he gave me a little spot to say something to you. So I'm going to go and say it to you. God knows when you start the conversation, because I ain't in there hitting the mic telling everybody, you going there, God ain't tell me to do that.
Right.
He told me, when you get your spot, when they come to you and start talking to you, hit them. He said, that's when you get them folks gone, because they open.
Right.
And I was like, God, man, he'll sit them straight in my face, man. I'd be like, God, you already know who you was talking to tonight when I did that song. So them folk come straight up on me, man. And then I said, I done did my mission, Lord. I'm gone. I was actually in the mall. And there was this dude and a woman, they was walking. So, I'm always looking around. The woman was looking at me, and I started looking off, because I'm like, I don't know why that girl looking at me.
I already know, yeah.
And she started pointing at me, and she said, baby. She was telling her boyfriend or whoever it was, that's the dude from the club. That's the dude from, what's that song he was doing? Automobile with, don't no folk did that in the mall, man. And I'm like, I wasn't amazed that they knew the song. I was amazed that they remembered
right.
Witness in a club Cause I wasn't at church.
Right.
And they was like, man, you need to keep. I said, Lord, I'm talking about God will always, and most time when he do that, I promise you, Ron, I'll be going through something. And God will be like, but you did what I told you to do. Because these folk remember you. They remember you came in there and gave a word, man. I was like, Lord, that's what this gospel rap is for.
That's what it's for, man.
It's for to put something in somebody's heart. Because he said, man, one plant, man, one lay the seed, one water, but God get the increase. We can't always be worried about did I do the increase. You just go and do your part.
That's it.
And just keep doing your part, man. And I just want to be that vessel. Hey, look, I know we talking, man. Ooh, man, I got to, cause it's getting too juicy. We're gonna have to do a part 2, but I want to throw this out here.
Go ahead. Cause we got to do a part 2, man.
We got to. If y'all, and I'm talking about everybody that's listening, this song that I got coming out, November the 1st, is saying I ain't going nowhere. And in actuality, it was a song I did, and then I redone it because God says sometimes, man, you can you don't have to reinvent the wheel. You just bring something back out that you needed to have done, and it's gonna sound so good to everybody that's brand new.
That's it.
So
that's it.
This song right here was saying it's people that's been waiting on you. You don't even know it. This is like a revelation type of word for people. It's people that's sitting around waiting on you to fall.
Right.
You don't even know it. You don't know them folks just sitting around waiting on you. I knew he was gonna go on back. I knew he was going. But that song said, I ain't going nowhere. You waiting on me to fall.
Right.
But I ain't going nowhere. Because I'm covered in the blood.
That's it.
And under the Lord's care. And I was like, man, as long as the God got me, I ain't going nowhere. So while you was sitting there and talking about people and saying stuff, man, and letting the enemy use you, you don't even know you letting them use you.
Right.
But I ain't gonna even fault you for that. I'm just letting you know I ain't going nowhere. And God was like, when that song hit, people really gonna be like, I ain't going nowhere because I'm covered in the blood.
That's it.
You know what I'm saying? Even the devil waiting on you to slip up.
Yes, sir.
Around every corner.
You know it.
So this jump in the hit, man, and it's gonna hit, and I just want everybody to be encouraged by it.
Man,
and just know that I've been working hard to continue to bring the word of God to people.
Right.
You know, and when you listen to the song, you ain't gonna hear nothing but how a person can go through, but you just keep giving it to the Lord and let him fight the battles for you. He already said the battle, not yours, is his.
That's it.
So everything I'm saying in that song, please support it by just listening to it. You know, if you want to buy it. If you want to download it. If you want to stream it, but just support it because I promise you, it's an encouraging word. It's an encouraging word, man.
And I tell everybody before you get off, man, I know you got to roll, but I'm gonna say this, man. It ain't nothing but love coming from the right time to you, man.
Love,
we appreciate you. You one of the. I tell people, man, you one of the real soldiers out here, putting it down and represent the Lord in the right way and the right light and doing gospel rap the right way. You know, I done heard gospel rap for years. And when I tell you I seen cats come in hot and leave out cold, I really mean that.
Man,
and so to see cats still putting it down year after year, month after month, grind after grind. And I'm gonna tell people too, before we get out, I done heard the song. I had it yoking in the studio when you first emailed it to me or something.
Because I had to get it to you.
Right. I put that thing on them speakers. That thing I had to cut it down for my neighbors next door say song.
Man,
that thing was joking. Man. But man, look, I ain't gonna hold you, bro. We gonna do a part 2.
We're gonna have to, man. We're gonna have to.
Yes, sir.
We're gonna have to, and we're gonna have we'll have some more updates. I just want you to know, man. I want you to be encouraged.
Yes, sir.
Everyone that listen to this, I hope they be blessed. I'm praying, man, a special covering on anybody that ears or eyes see this.
Yes,
and
sir.
God bless you spiritually, physically, financially, man, and totally heal your body and keep you protected in these times that we are in right now.
Yes, sir.
Man, I love you, man. You and your family. Love y'all, man. Seeing your baby girl grow up. You know what I'm talking
Yeah,
about? For
man,
real,
they
for
they
real.
they they getting
Man,
big,
it's
bro.
like you saying, number love, man. And we will continue this and we gonna stay in the fight.
Yes, sir. Already,
Man, bless
man.
you, man.
Yes,
Bless you.
sir. Godspeed to your big salute.
Yes, sir.
And we're gonna get off this thing, man. I'm gonna cut this stay on till we cut this link off. I'm gonna do some
Okay.
talking afterwards, then we're gonna get on off this thing. Let me cut this out. Alright, everybody, that was Preacher Man. I know this was a longer um interview, but man, it's I love. I'm gonna say this before I go. I love talking to cats I see putting in the work. You see what I'm saying? Because this show is for gospel rap. We honor gospel rap artists, the DJs, the promoters, the influencers with this platform. This is why we building this platform, and we're gonna do a part two. We're gonna let y'all know. So Preacher Man had to go, so we're gonna do a part two. But stay on the lookout each week, every Friday at 6 and 8 p.m. Central Time. We're gonna come with new art. We got new artists next. We got an artist coming in from Shreveport, Louisiana. Next week, Dallas, Texas, and we got Little Rock, Arkansas coming in next week. So we got 3, maybe 4 interviews next week, but we'll keep y'all informed. But we are building this platform to push the culture forward, push gospel rap forward, and to salute the cats that's putting it in. Listen, I'm a congratulator. I also understand I'm a game player. I'm not a spectator. You know, I tell people in life you got 2 choices. You can be a game player or a spectator. Which one you want to do? So I'm a game player. I'm a congratulator. I've been in gospel rap with 10 toes down in it. I understand it. I understand how the artists think. I understand the money component. I understand the fake component. I understand constructing gospel rap because I've been doing it for a long time. So I seen it. I see the inside and the outside of the game, and so I seen people come in hot, leave out cold, and they not doing it no more because it's real work. It's real ministry. You know what I'm saying? So when we talking about we gospel rapping, I'm not in the game to point the finger at you and say, oh, all y'all going to hell because you're living in sin. I don't do that. I can't exist on earth doing that. I work around all kind of people in business and ministry, people I see every day. So I don't move and operate like that. But in gospel rap, we still have to deliver the gospel through rap music. So that's what I do. That's why I bring on the artists. Tonight we had Preacher Man. Tonight we had DJ I Rock Jesus. That's why we bring them on so they can share their story. They can share their testimonies and just talk about just the whole game, the rap game of the gospel rap game. People say, well, why do you call it gospel the game? Why you call gospel rap the game? Because it's a game. It's a rap game, but we doing our segment. We doing our branch of rap, which is gospel rap. You got trap, you got street, you got what else? You got all kind of different um, categories of rap. We happen to do gospel rap. So look, I'm gonna get off this thing, man. Y'all tune in every single Friday. We got a new website coming next week. We got the YouTube channels up. I share information on that. Also, if you're an artist, if you're a DJ, if you're a promoter, or if you're an influencer, and if you want to get on, you're gonna see some advertisements soon about linking up with us. Getting on is free. You might as well jump on, share your story, tell us what you're doing, so everybody else can know what we're doing. We building. We're looking 10 years down the field. We're not looking at doing this for a couple of months and stopping. We're looking at down the field because we building the media aspect of gospel rap. Gospel rap need a media aspect, meaning when artists come out, when they put out their music, the DJs when they put out their mixtapes, when influencers want to talk, when the artists, the DJ, the promoters, when they have something to an event they want to talk about, they can come here to the refill and we can help push what they're doing. And not only that, I'm an artist. I got music coming. No, I got some real gumbo about to touch y'all real good. We working hard. Um, I rap because I can. I don't rap because I need a record deal. I do it because I can. And so I do my part in gospel rap to just keep it going ahead until God tell me, hey, stop doing it. Don't do it no more. Till you put it in my spirit and say, don't do it no more. So I got some good music coming out. We got a virtual concert coming. So it's a lot that's taking place. But what we're looking to do is we're gonna keep this thing going, keep this thing flowing. Y'all tune in next week, next Friday, 6 p.m. Central Time. 2 new shows at 6 o'clock and then 8 o'clock. And so, man, y'all share, like, comment, man, subscribe. Go to the YouTube. We're going to have info about the website, man. Soon we're going to have some of these t-shirts ready. Y'all see that right there. Go to John D J Tees. John D Tees. That's CJONDITEES.com. Holler at them. Buy some shirts. We're going to have some shirts for sale soon. So we're going to unpack all that in the weeks to come. Y'all stay blessed. Y'all be cool. And we finna get out this thing cause I'm about to go get me something to eat because your boy is hungry. I'm going to see y'all next week.